It's week 11, and we got to make some picks on the 10 biggest games of the week. Welcome in. It's Winning Cures Everything. It's a college football podcast. I'm your host, Gary Seegers, at GaryWCE on all the different socials, most active on X. You guys should know by now, subscribe, like, jump in the comments. Let me know what your picks are on these games. Tell me if I'm crazy or not. You know how it goes. The recap on the record from last week. 5-4 in the midweek games, 6-4 against the spread in the big games, 9-9 against the spread in the other 18 games, so that's 20-17 against the number. Overall on the year, 159, 158, and 1 overall. If you want the spreadsheets, if you want the matchup comparison tool, if you want my official plays, all that kind of stuff, you can do that. buymeacoffee.com/winningcures. Now, let's get into it. We start in the Big Ten. Oregon heading to Kinnick to take on the Iowa Hawkeyes. Oregon currently a 6 to 6.5 point road favorite. Total of 43.5 on this one. First trip to Iowa for Oregon since 1989. Both of these teams are coming off of a bye, so both should be well rested here. Iowa 2-1 against the spread as a home dog since 2020. Oregon 2-2 straight up, 1-2-1 against the spread after a bye since 2023. So the bye doesn't seem to be great for the Ducks for whatever reason. Iowa 5-1 against the spread in their last 6. They are 3-1 against the spread at home thus far this year, at least in their last 4 at home, and they are looking good. They have played really, really well over the past few weeks. The last 4 weeks' numbers, I would actually have Iowa favored by 15 based on those stats. But power rating, I've got Oregon by 2.3. Stats projection has Oregon by 6.15, which is much closer to the actual number that's out there, which, again, 6 to 6.5. It opened at 5.5. A lot of love for Oregon in the market right off the jump. So a lot of people were big on them. And if you look at overall talent rank, it absolutely makes sense. Oregon number 7 in the country in on-3 overall talent rank. Iowa number 45. Iowa cannot throw the football. But that actually might work to Iowa's advantage because Oregon is really good against the pass. They're number 4 in PPA allowed per pass, number 1 in yards allowed per pass attempt, number 1 in QBR allowed. They're really good. But when it comes to running the football, Iowa, number 38 in yards per rush, Oregon, number 22 in yards allowed per rush. Iowa, number 15 in rushing success rate, Oregon, number 37 in rushing success allowed. Iowa, number 10 in offensive line yards, number 16 in stuff rate. Oregon, number 64 in offensive line yards, number 101 in stuff rate. So Iowa could have a bit of an advantage running the football, especially on the line of scrimmage. On the other side of the ball, when Oregon has the ball, number 14 in PPA per pass, number 15 in yards per pass attempt. Iowa's defense, number 24 in PPA allowed per pass, number 7 in yards allowed per pass attempt. Oregon number 4 in QBR, Iowa number 6 in QBR allowed. As far as running the football, Oregon number 5 in rushing success rate, Iowa number 47. So that's not good. Iowa number 27 in PPA allowed per rush, Oregon number 2. Oregon number 2 in yards per rush, Iowa number 7 in yards per rush. When you look at offensive line yards, Oregon number 7, Iowa number 49, Oregon number 41 in stuff rate allowed, Iowa number 24. So, line of scrimmage play is going to be huge for both of these teams. Absolutely huge. Oregon's defensive line, I've got number 47 as far as recruiting ranking, experience, etc. Iowa's offensive line, number 4. Oregon, their offensive line, I've got number 3. Iowa's defensive line, I've got number 13. So we are looking at a trenches battle that is just going to be awesome. Absolutely awesome. Here is where we really need to start paying attention to exactly how these teams finish drives, etc. What do you do when you get down into scoring position? Scoring opportunities per game. Iowa, number 39 in scoring opportunities per game. Oregon's defense, number 64. Iowa's offense, number 39 in points per scoring opportunity. That's when you get a first down inside the opponent 40-yard line. Oregon, number 28 on defense. Now, Oregon's offense, number 20 in scoring opportunities per game. Iowa's defense, number 4 They do not allow you these long, methodical drives. If they do allow you to get down inside the 40, they're number 39 in points per scoring opportunity. Oregon's offense is number 20 in scoring opportunities per game. They are number 28 in points per scoring opportunity. Here's the biggest problem that I am seeing. Once you get down into the red zone, both of these teams will give up a touchdown. Iowa, number 79 in red zone touchdown rate allowed. Oregon is number 132 in defensive red zone touchdown rate. Pretty surprising. Now, both of them are really, really good as far as defensive red zone appearances per game. Iowa, number 5, with 2 per game. Oregon only gives up 1.63, and my database didn't pull it for whatever reason, but I would imagine that's got to be number 1 or number 2 in the country. So they don't allow a lot of red zone appearances per game, but when teams do get down there, they score. They just do. This is a phenomenal matchup. Absolutely awesome game. It's at Kinnick, so Iowa does play better at home. They have for years. 6 to 6.5 feels like too much. This feels like a field goal game. It's going to be low scoring, I believe. I am expecting big things from Iowa here. Give me the Hawkeyes. Best number I can get right now is 6.5. I'll take Iowa plus 6.5. To the SEC, 6:30 p.m. Central Time on ABC. LSU heads to Alabama. They are going to Tuscaloosa. Alabama, a 10.5-point home favorite, total of 49.5 to 50.5, depending on the book. Both of these teams are off of a bye. Last year, Alabama won this game 42-13 in Tiger Stadium. We're still not sure whether or not Weeks is going to play for LSU, so that could hurt the LSU defense here. LSU 1-2 against the spread on the road. They are 5-10 against the spread on the road since 2022. Alabama 4-0 against the spread at home. Alabama is 12-2 straight up against LSU since 2012. Last time Alabama was a 10-plus point favorite over LSU, that was 2022. LSU won the game 32-31 in overtime. My goodness. No more Brian Kelly. Frank Wilson will be handling the head coaching duties in this one. So, let's see what LSU's got. I mean, this could be a completely different team. I would not bank on it because the offensive line is bad, and the defense is pretty good against the pass, not good against the run. That's not going to matter against Alabama because Alabama is number 106 in rush rate on the season. Let's start with Bama on offense. Bama is number 4 in PPA per pass, number 26 in yards per pass attempt. LSU's defense, number 32 in PPA allowed per pass, number 26 in yards allowed per attempt, number 19 in QBR allowed. Alabama is number 9 in QBR. Alabama, number 19 in passing success rate. LSU, number 38. So a bit of an advantage for Alabama, but not crazy. Not crazy. When it comes to running the football, Bama has not been good at all this year. Number 100 in rushing success rate. LSU is number 88 in rushing success allowed. But Bama, number 53 in offensive line yards, number 58 in stuff rate allowed. LSU, number 82 in offensive line yards, number 76 in stuff rate allowed. So if Bama was going to find a running game, this might be the spot to be able to do it. Might be able to get some push with the offensive line in this one. Both of these teams, outside of the top 69, nice. In special teams efficiency, LSU 69, Alabama 76. Overall talent rank, Alabama number 1, LSU number 5 as far as the on-3 talent rank is concerned. When it comes to defense, Bama is not very good at stopping the run. Luckily for them, LSU cannot run the football. LSU is number 103 in rushing success, number 107 in yards per rush. Bama's defense, number 68 in rushing success rate, number 95 in yards allowed per rush. So, again, if LSU was going to have some rushing success, it would probably be in this game. Alabama's been bad against the run all year. LSU can't do it, though. LSU passing the football, that is what they want to do the most. They are number 7 in pass rate in the country, passing the ball over 58.5% of the time. They're 23rd in passing success rate. Bama's defense 60th in passing success allowed. But LSU number 82 in yards per pass attempt, number 64 in QBR. Bama is number 20 in yards allowed per pass attempt, number 25 in QBR allowed. LSU does not turn the football over very much. They're number 30 in giveaways per game. Bama is number 3 in giveaways per game. So I wouldn't expect a lot of turnovers in this matchup. As far as who can finish drives, Bama number 20 in points per scoring opportunity. LSU's defense number 71. LSU number 68 in points per scoring opportunity. Bama's defense number 102. The difference there is LSU is number 63 in scoring opportunities per game. That is getting a first down inside the opponent 40. Alabama number 8 in scoring opportunities allowed per game. So they don't allow teams down there very often, but they do give up points when they do. Bama's number 8 in the country in defensive red zone conversion percentage. Part of that is because they are number 26 in takeaways per game. Bama number 6 in 5 factors rank. LSU is number 32. When you add in talent, Bama is number 1 in 5 factors plus talent. LSU is number 20 in 5 factors plus talent. Bama number 5 in first half margin. LSU number 73. So look for Alabama to jump on them early and then kind of hang on late in this one. The 10.5 is crazy, or at least it seems to be. Power rating has Bama by 12. Projected stat spread has Bama by 14.5. Last 4 week stats has Bama by 22.38. Bama's better at home than they are on the road. LSU is also better at home than they are on the road. And this one's in Tuscaloosa. Give me Alabama. Alabama minus 10.5. That's the best number we can get. Roll Tide.
Are you looking to catch your favorite team or concert live? Ticket Smarter makes buying tickets safe and simple. And with our promo codes, you save big. Use WCE10 for $10 off an order of $100 or more, or WCE20 for $20 off $300 or more. Grab your tickets now at TicketSmarter.
If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and of course, jump in the comments. Let me know your picks on these games. Game number 3 to the Big 12, we go BYU heading to Texas Tech. College GameDay going to be in town in Lubbock for this one. Texas Tech, a 10.5 point home favorite, total of 52.5. This one, 11 a.m. Central Time, God's time zone on ABC. And this one was big enough that they booted the SEC for this one. So we'll talk about Georgia and Mississippi State later, but that one will now be on ESPN because this is a top 15 matchup. Absolute massive game here as far as Big 12 standings are concerned. The last meeting between these two was 2023. It was a 27-14 BYU win. It's the first BYU trip to Lubbock since 1940. BYU 3-1 against the spread on the road this year. Texas Tech 4-1 against the spread at home. Tech, this is their 6th straight game. BYU is coming off of a bye, so they are rested. Texas Tech 20-5 straight up at home under Joey McGuire here. Let's look at what the numbers say. Last 4 weeks would have Texas Tech by almost 14 points, 13.5 points, something like that. Power rating has Texas Tech by 7.7, and the projected stat spread has Texas Tech by 11.05. So very close to that 10.5 number. They are baking in a little bit the fact that Texas Tech has played 6 straight, and BYU is coming off of a bye. Strength of record, both of these are top 10 teams. BYU number 86 in current strength of schedule, but they've had kind of a gauntlet. They just went through a 6-game stretch themselves, 4 of which were on the road, and they are still undefeated. They have found ways to win ball games. This is a very efficient bunch. Texas Tech number 5 in PPA margin, BYU number 15, BYU number 30 in offensive success rate, Texas Tech number 5 in defensive success, Tech number 31 in offensive success, BYU number 33 in defensive success. Let's take a look at, let's talk about the pace right quick. Tech number 7 in plays per minute, BYU number 126. So you've got a huge difference in pace of play between these two. I'm interested. Huge discrepancy as far as talent is concerned. Texas Tech 23rd, BYU 72nd. Also a huge discrepancy in special teams efficiency. BYU number 6, Texas Tech number 80. Let's look at the other intangibles. Turnover margin, Tech number 13, BYU number 3. Tech is number 79 in giveaways per game. but they are number 6 in takeaways per game. BYU is top 12 in both, number 9 in giveaways per game, number 12 in takeaways per game. So if somebody's going to have a turnover advantage, most likely BYU is going to take the ball away more than Texas Tech will. Penalties per game, both are outside the top 75. Number 93 for Texas Tech, number 78 for BYU. Let's talk about when Texas Tech has the ball on offense. Number 18 in PPA per pass, number 23 in yards per pass attempt. BYU's defense, number 18 in PPA allowed per pass, number 20 in yards allowed per pass attempt. BYU is pretty good against the pass. Tech likes throwing it, but not as much as they like to run it because they're 67th in rush rate. They run the ball over 51% of the time. BYU is okay against the run. Interesting number here, number 124 in offensive line yards for Texas Tech. BYU is number 61 in offensive line yards allowed. Tech is number 73 in stuff rate allowed. BYU number 18 in stuff rate. So BYU should have some success slowing down Texas Tech. As far as who can finish drives, Tech number 3 in scoring opportunities per game. That's when they get a first down inside the opponent 40. 7.89 drives per game where they get a first down inside the opponent 40. They're only number 46 in points per scoring opportunity. BYU is number 33 in points allowed per scoring opportunity. On the other side, BYU wants to run the football. This is going to be the most difficult defensive line that they have gone up against. BYU is number 17 in offensive line yards. Tech is number 26 in offensive line yards allowed. BYU number 29 in stuff rate allowed. Tech is number 28 in stuff rate. BYU number 14 in yards per rush. Tech number 2 in yards allowed per rush. BYU likes to run the ball over 58% of the time. They're not going to throw it very much at all. They're number 99 in passing success. Texas Tech is number 5 in passing success allowed. I look for BYU to try and run the football. They are number 60 in points per scoring opportunity. Tech is number 9 in points allowed per scoring opportunity. Tech is number 15 in 5 factors ranked. BYU is number 34. BYU continues to find ways to win games, to cover games. They are not nearly as talented as Texas Tech. But what does it mean when one team has played 6 straight and the other's coming off of a bye? BYU does not beat themselves. This is a perfect spot, especially on a Saturday morning, early game, for BYU to come up with something crazy in this spot. I think 10.5 is too much. I know the numbers say, Tech by 13.5 last 4 weeks, Tech by 11 projected stat spread. But one team has been through a gauntlet, the other's coming off of a bye. I think that matters here. Give me BYU plus the 10.5. I think this is a one-score game. I think BYU probably loses, but I think it's going to be close. Tech's going to have their hands full this weekend. Give me BYU plus 10.5. Game number 4, over to the Big Ten. Indiana is going to Penn State. This one, 11 a.m. Central Time, God's time zone on Fox. In Indiana, a 14 to 14.5 point road favorite, total of 48.5 to 49.5, depending on the book. The last meeting between these two was in Happy Valley in 2023. Penn State won that one 33 to 24 as a 31-point favorite there. So Indiana kept it close. That was before the Signetti era began, right? Indiana 2-25 straight up all time against Penn State. They are 0-13 all time in Happy Valley. Indiana 6-2 against the spread as a road favorite the last 5 years. Indiana is 2-1 against the spread on the road this year. Penn State 0-5 against the spread at home this season thus far. And this is the last team that has the talent profile to be able to hang with Indiana for the rest of the season. Indiana's got Wisconsin and Purdue left, I believe, after this. Okay. And Penn State, I don't think is good enough to beat them, but can they hang around with them? Maybe. This thing was 13.5. It's gone up to 14.5, depending on the book. My power rating has Indiana by 11.3. last 4 weeks only has Indiana by 8.71, but the projected stat spread has Indiana by 15.27. Interesting number. Indiana number 4 in PPA margin. Penn State number 48. Penn State has yet to beat a Power 4 opponent, and yet they've got the talent to be able to do it. They're number 12 in on-3 overall talent rank. Indiana number 46. Special teams efficiency, both teams are inside the top 15, so that's good. Penalties per game, both are inside the top 10. Penn State number 5. Indiana number 8. Turnover margin, Indiana number 2. Penn State is number 50. They are only number 65 in takeaways per game, so I would not look for turnovers to be a big part of this. Indiana number 1 in 5 factors rank. Penn State is number 46. First half point margin, Indiana number 4, Penn State number 51. Second half point margin, Penn State number 36, Indiana number 1. Indiana turns on the Jets in the second half. Let's talk about first off, Penn State cannot throw the football. Number 104 in yards per pass attempt. Indiana's defense is number 12 in that metric. Penn State can run it a little bit, but Indiana is really, really good against the run. Penn State number 29 in offensive line yards. Indiana number 30 in offensive line yards allowed. Penn State number 8 in stuff rate allowed. Indiana number 3 in stuff rate. Yeah, the one thing that Penn State does well, Indiana is very adept at stopping it. Points per scoring opportunity, Penn State number 33 on offense. Indiana number 1 in points allowed per scoring opportunity, only 1.48 points per scoring opportunity. That's nuts. You're going to have a hard time finishing drives against that Indiana defense. On the other side, Indiana number 3 in points per scoring opportunity. Penn State number 73 in points allowed per scoring opportunity. This is when you look at all these different numbers. One, Indiana is number 95 in pace of play. Penn State is number 32. There's nothing that I can find. There's no flaw. There's no anything that makes me think that Penn State can hang around in this game. Indiana is going to be able to run the football on them. Penn State's defense, number 91 in rushing success allowed. Indiana, number 9 in rushing success. Penn State, number 68 in passing success allowed. Indiana, number 4 in passing success. Like, this is just... Yeah, the talent profile is there for Penn State, but they have certainly not played like it. It's a lot of points. And, yeah, my numbers say that Penn State has been playing better. But we saw what happened in the Ohio State second half against Penn State. And we also saw what happened in Indiana's second half against Maryland. I'm looking for it to be something similar to that. We can still get a 14. I'll take Indiana minus 14. They know that this is the last real test, and I think they are going to pass it with flying colors. Give me Indiana minus 14 on the road. I think they will handle this one.
Are you tired of sore knees or joints slowing you down? Go Sleeves uses built-in kinesiology tape technology to give you support, reduce pain, and help you recover faster. Use code WCE for 15% off over at GoSleeves.com.
Again, if you want these stat sheets, you can get a stat sheet for every single game on the schedule for this week and, of course, all the prior weeks to see exactly what ended up happening in those games. But yeah, you can get those over at buymeacoffee.com/winningcures, or the easy domain would be bettingcfb.com. Go and check it out. $5 a month, $50 for the year, and you're supporting a one-man operation here. I have a good time putting these together. Go ahead and check it out if you would so kindly. Back over to the SEC, and we've got Texas A&M going to Missouri. This one, a 2:30 p.m. Central Time game on ABC. Texas A&M, a 6-point road favorite, total of 49.5. I will go ahead and tell you that these stats do not reflect Bo Pribula being out for Missouri. The kid's name that's starting is a freshman. He's a quarterback, Matt Zollers. Both of these teams are coming off of a bye. 41-10 win for A&M last year in Kyle Field. A&M 0-5 against the spread after their last 5 byes. The last two meetings, A&M has absolutely destroyed Missouri. 41-10 last year, as I mentioned, 35-14 in 2021. Just an absolute beating from A&M over Missouri. Talent profiles certainly would point to that. Number 10 for Texas A&M, but Missouri number 19. A&M number 61 in special teams efficiency, Missouri number 116. And penalties per game, Missouri 26th, Texas A&M number 127. Both of these teams outside the top 80 in turnover margin. A&M a lot better at not giving the ball away, number 18 in giveaways per game, but they are number 122 in takeaways per game, so they do not generate turnovers. Same thing for Missouri, number 55 in giveaways per game, but number 114 in takeaways. So they don't generate a lot of turnovers either. Let's start with Missouri on offense. I don't think that the running game is going to be affected too much by Perbula being out, although he was a part of the running game for sure. Number 52 in offensive line yards, number 46 in stuff rate allowed. A&M number 45 in offensive line yards allowed, number 53 in stuff rate. Missouri number 22 in PPA per rush, A&M number 111 in PPA allowed per rush. And yet they're number 24 in rushing success allowed. Missouri is number 10 in rushing success. I don't know what it's going to look like when Missouri's trying to throw the football. They didn't do anything too crazy, too outlandish against Vanderbilt with the freshman quarterback. He was 20 out of 29, I believe it was, with one touchdown. They looked okay. He's got a touchdown on the year, so I don't think he's terrible. Curious about the offensive line. They're going to be able to protect him. A&M on offense has been awesome. This Colin Klein offense, he's going to get a head coaching job. I feel pretty good about because they are really, really good, especially running the football. But Missouri's defense has been good against the run. So A&M number 37 in offensive line yards, Missouri number 57 in offensive line yards allowed, Missouri number 22 in stuff rate, A&M number 35 in stuff rate allowed, number 38 in PPA allowed per rush for Missouri, number 29 in PPA per rush for A&M, number 18 in yards allowed per rush for Missouri, number 26 for A&M. So this will be a fun matchup to watch to see whether or not A&M can actually run the football on this defense. And the Missouri defense against the pass is actually really good as well. A&M number 92 in passing success rate. Missouri's defense is number 11. So they can be explosive, but Missouri has been really good at defending explosive passes. So I'm curious what that's going to look like. A&M number 10 in points per scoring opportunity, so they can finish drives. Missouri is number 85 in points allowed per scoring opportunity. On the other side, Missouri number 22 in points per scoring opportunity. A&M's defense number 136 in points allowed per scoring opportunity. Very, very interesting. Five factors rank A&M number 10, Missouri number 21. This looks like a really, really close game. Like I fully expect this. A&M, a big special teams efficiency advantage here. Yeah, they don't have to worry about the freshman quarterback. The last 4 weeks, I've got Texas A&M by 10.5. Power rating, I've got A&M by 4.7. Stats predicted spread has A&M by 3.64. None of those numbers include a 3-point difference as far as the quarterback shift. I guess that's what you would maybe. I mean, I don't think Perbula is worth 7 points. Maybe change it 3 points. And if that's the case, then I would have A&M by 6.64 and by 7.7 as far as power rating. So this thing is at 6. How much is a quarterback worth? This is a freshman quarterback going against a Mike Elko defense. I'll take A&M on the road, -6. The numbers don't necessarily say it, although the last 4 weeks numbers certainly would. I get the feeling A&M's going to go undefeated. Give me A&M. I think they cover here. A&M -6. Navy heads to Notre Dame. This one Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, God's time zone on NBC. And Notre Dame, a 24.5 to 25.5 point favorite, depending on the book. 55.5 to 56.5 for the total, depending on the book as well. Last year, Notre Dame won this game 51 to 14. Navy, they have allowed 34 plus in 6 straight against Notre Dame. Notre Dame has won 12 of the last 13 against Navy. They forced 6 turnovers from Horvath and company last year. Navy 1-2 against the spread on the road. Notre Dame only 2-1 against the spread at home. So the numbers have been pretty wild, pretty far up there. This is, I'm not quite 224. Stats projected spread has Notre Dame by about 22. Power rating has Notre Dame by 21.9, so almost 22. The last 4 weeks numbers, because Navy's defense is not very good, would have Notre Dame by like 32 points. I mean, just abysmal. Like ridiculous. Notre Dame has been so good at defending the triple option over the past few years. Now, was that Al Golden? Will Chris Ash be able to do the same thing? I think it's more of a Marcus Freeman thing. He knows how to defend that stuff because he was at Cincinnati and they had to play Navy every year. He knows about this offense. He knows how to stop it. They do not have the talent to be able to just kind of push Notre Dame around. Notre Dame's defensive line is great. Notre Dame's defensive line, number 19 position unit in the country. Navy's offensive line is number 90. This will be bad for Navy. C.J. Carr should have an outstanding game. They only throw the ball 44% of the time, but they're number 5 in QBR. Navy's defense, number 104 in QBR allowed. Number 5 in yards per pass attempt. Number 113 in yards allowed per pass attempt for Navy's defense. Number 2 in passing success rate. Navy is number 94 in passing success allowed. Notre Dame is going to be able to hit explosive plays. They're going to be able to score. Notre Dame, number 27 in points per scoring opportunity. Navy, number 94. There. Both teams inside the top 70 as far as special teams efficiency. Number 68 for Notre Dame, number 64 for Navy. Now, when Notre Dame is on defense, will they be able to slow the Navy attack down? Again, I mentioned that they know this offense. They know what they're doing. And while Notre Dame is number 12 in yards allowed per rush, Navy is number 1 in yards per rush on offense. Navy also all right at throwing the football. 25 in passing success rate. Notre Dame number 61. I think you could probably look for an over here, but I do think that Notre Dame is going to be able to slow down this Navy offense at least a little bit. I don't think Navy is going to be able to slow down Notre Dame's offense at all. Navy, number 34 in points per scoring opportunity on offense. Notre Dame's defense, number 18. Navy passing the football is number 2 in yards per pass attempt. Notre Dame is number 64. I do think Navy will be able to score. I don't think that Notre Dame will be able to cover 20, what's the best number, 25.5. I think Navy can put up some points. They weren't able to against North Texas last week. Let's look at turnovers. Number 55 in giveaways per game. Notre Dame is number 30. Both teams number 67 in penalties per game. And to be honest, Notre Dame has not played great as of late. 3-4 against the spread overall, or 34-1, excuse me. 2-6 against the spread for Navy. I think Navy can keep it within the number. Like, I do expect a big Notre Dame win, but I expect an over, and I expect Navy to be able to score and at least keep it within that number there. So give me Navy plus 25.5.
Stop guessing and start winning. Stokastic provides advanced data and strategies for DFS players and bettors, built by pros who know how to find edges. Click the link in the description and sign up today.
If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, of course, and jump in the comments. Let me know your picks on these games because I could use your help. I'll tell you that. I went 6-4 against the spread in big games last week. That's the 10 biggest games of the week. Help me out here. All right, back to the SEC. Auburn, brand new head coach, headed to Vanderbilt, and this one is 3 p.m. Central Time on the SEC Network. Vandy, a 7 to 7.5 point favorite, depending on the book. 45.5 to 46.5, the total, depending on the book, of course. And it is DJ Durkin time. That's right. Vandy 4-1 against the spread at home. Auburn 3-0-1 against the spread on the road. They play significantly better on the road than they do at home for whatever reason. They have not covered a single game at home thus far. Vandy won last year 17-7 on the Plains. The teams are 22-1 straight up all time against each other. That's interesting. Whoever wins this one gets a leg up in the stand, or not the standings, but the overall series. Auburn, this is their 5th straight game. This is Vandy's 4th, so there's not a huge advantage there. The road team has covered the last 4 meetings between these two. Vanderbilt 0-8 straight up in the last 8 weeks before a bye. Found that interesting. Both teams had a season low rushing against each other last year. Both were in the 80s. Both of those teams very used to getting to 100 yards rushing. Is there new life for Auburn now that they have DJ Durkin in as their head coach? The defense has been playing well. It's the offense that needs something different, and I don't know if Hugh Freeze being gone changes that. I don't know if you can fix a bad offensive line, not very good tight ends, a 5'10", 190-pound running back, and that be the only running back that you got. And quarterbacks, you can't get the receiver. The receivers are great, but you can't get them the ball. Is Vandy's defense good enough to limit what Auburn is capable of doing? That's the question here. So my stats predicted spread has Vandy by 7.54. My power rating only has Vandy by 3.5. The last 4 weeks has got Vandy by 6.48. Auburn, number 5 in current strength of schedule. Vanderbilt, number 33. Vandy kind of got it handed to them last week against Texas. I mean, that's the Texas that we all kind of thought that we would see. And then Vanderbilt scored 21 unanswered points to get that back to a 3-point ball game at the end. Two-point conversion aside, that was still really impressive what Diego Pavia and that offense were able to do, being down 34-10 in the fourth quarter and being able to score 3 straight touchdowns. I mean, it was really, really good. Vanderbilt plays slow, number 107 in pace of play. Auburn is number 67 in pace of play. The Vandy defense is not great by any stretch, but the Auburn offense it's just atrocious. Let's talk about when Vandy's on offense first. Vandy, number 7 in offensive success rate, number 1 in passing success, number 18 in rushing success. They are number 7 in PPA per pass. Auburn's defense number 84. Number 22 in yards per pass attempt. Auburn is number 83. Number 19 in QBR. Auburn number 57 in QBR allowed. And Vandy number 1 in passing success rate. Auburn number 89. So can Auburn get to the quarterback? Can they disrupt Diego Pavia? If not, he's going to be able to move around in the pocket. You know, you look at havoc rate. Vandy number 21 in havoc allowed. Auburn number 35 in havoc created. If they can get after Pavia and make him uncomfortable, yeah, he's not going to be as successful. But, man, teams have had a tough time being able to do that. Very, very tough time. Vanderbilt runs the ball really well, but I don't think they're going to be able to do that as much against Auburn. Number 22 in offensive line yards. Auburn's defense is number 7 in offensive line yards allowed. Vandy number 45 in stuff rate allowed. Auburn number 4 in stuff rate. Their defensive line is really good. Really, really good. And they will be able to make Vanderbilt do some things that they don't really want to do. Vandy number 2 in points per scoring opportunity. Auburn's defense number 24. Auburn's defense has not been the problem. They have not allowed a team to score over 24 points on them all season. The issue is, can Auburn get to 24 points? If you were going to do it against this Vandy defense, you'd probably have to do it passing the football. Vandy's defense, number 118 in PPA allowed per pass. Auburn, number 127. Auburn, number 130 in yards per pass attempt. Vandy's defense is number 70. As far as QBR, Auburn, number 121. Vandy, number 101 in QBR allowed. But Vandy's rushing defense is really, really good. Number 14 in PPA allowed per rush. Number 33 in yards allowed per rush. Number 48 in rushing success allowed. Number 24 in rushing explosiveness allowed. Auburn is number 23 in PPA per rush. Number 77 in yards per rush. Number 31 in rushing success. Number 63 in rushing explosiveness. The Vandy defensive line is good. They just are. This is a pretty good unit. As far as being able to finish drives, Auburn number 73 in points per scoring opportunity. Vanderbilt's defense number 57. 5 factors rank. And then, well, let's do 5 factors plus talent, because let's toss in the talent here. Vandy is number 16. Auburn is number 13. I don't know that DJ Durkin is the answer here. But I also don't believe that Vanderbilt should be favored by 7.5 over a team that is number 11 in overall talent rank. So while I do think Vanderbilt finds a way to win the game, I do think Auburn makes it really, really uncomfortable for them because that defense is really good. So I will go best number I can get, Auburn plus 7.5. I think they will continue to be undefeated against the spread on the road here because this is just too many points. So let's back the interim. Let's back DJ Durkin and company. Maybe there is a new life with Auburn. Maybe the offense finds something. We'll see. But, 3 points at home against Kentucky is atrocious. But I have to imagine that they will come up with something different against Vanderbilt here. Give me Auburn plus 7.5 on the road. Staying in the SEC, 11 a.m. Central Time, God's time zone on ESPN. Georgia heads to Stark Vegas. They're going to take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs, and Georgia right now a 7.5-point favorite. Total is 56.5 or 57.5, depending on the book. This is a funny spot. Not a lot of people expected Georgia to only be favored by 7.5 on the road here. But when you look at it, Georgia won last year in Athens 41-31. Georgia 1-0-1 against the spread on the road this year. This is only their third real road game. And on top of that, this is their last true road game because at the end of the year, they get to play Georgia Tech in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And I have a feeling that the majority of that crowd will be wearing red and black. So Mississippi State, however, 5-0 against the spread at home. Georgia is coming off the Florida game. They have Texas next. But this is Mississippi State's fourth straight game. This is a sandwich spot for Georgia. Mississippi State got their first SEC win since 2023 last week. The first SEC win of Jeff Lebby's tenure. They did that at Arkansas. Looked good. Came back in that one. Now you get to deal with Georgia at home. Georgia, much higher strength of schedule, number 8. Mississippi State, number 40 as far as their strength of schedule. This is an interesting spot. I'm recording this late in case you saw the yawn. Sometimes I wear myself down trying to put all this stuff together. But it's a good time regardless. So, continuing on, the Mississippi State offense has been pretty good. Number 56 in PPA per drive, number 53 in offensive success rate, and they've been really good running the football. Number 28 in rushing success. Georgia's defense has been good against the run. They're not great against the pass. Georgia number 80 in passing success allowed, number 15 in rushing success. Let's start on that side of the ball. When State's got the ball, they're number 26 in yards per pass attempt, number 32 in QBR. They're number 67 in passing success rate. Now, Georgia is number 80 in passing success allowed. They are number 52 in yards allowed per pass attempt, number 60 in QBR allowed. Havoc rate, State is number 125 in havoc. But Georgia can't create any. Number 115 in havoc created. Passing explosiveness, State is number 6, Georgia number 80. There will be spots where Shapen can hit somebody and be able to get some points. They can hit some explosives against this defense. Can you do it running the football? I don't think so. State number 50 in offensive line yards, Georgia number 43 in offensive line yards allowed. State number 62 in stuff rate allowed, Georgia number 60 in stuff rate. State is number 101 in yards per rush, Georgia's defense number 15 in yards allowed per rush. And yet I still think you can run on it. You can run on Georgia a little bit. Points per scoring opportunity. Can you finish drives? Mississippi State is number 16 in points per scoring opportunity. When they get a first down inside the opponent 40, they average 4.65 points per drive. Georgia is number 104. They allow 4.16 points per scoring opportunity. That ain't good. Georgia, by the way, number 1 in special teams efficiency. State is number 45. So chalk one up for the Georgia Dogs. When Georgia is on offense, they should be able to run the football. State is number 110 in rushing success allowed. Georgia is number 43 in rushing success. Georgia is number 35 in PPA per rush. State number 95 in PPA allowed per rush. They should be able to run it on them. It's not that Georgia's great at it. It's just that they have a distinct advantage here. I'll say that. Points per scoring opportunity, Georgia finishes drives. They're number 7 when they get a first down inside the opponent 40. 4.88 points per drive. Mississippi State's defense, number 58. They allow 3.52 points per scoring opportunity. So, something to pay attention to there. I think the sandwich spot can get to Georgia. I don't think that State will have enough in the tank to be able to win this game. But 7.5, last 4 weeks I've got Georgia by 12. Power rating, I've got Georgia by 6.7. Projected stat spread, I've got Georgia by 7.21. And that does not account for the sandwich spot, where you've got Texas coming up next week. You just got done with a tough game against Florida. The other part of this is Mississippi State's 4th straight game. How much do they have left in the tank? I'm going to stick with the fact that State has covered every single game in Starkville. This is a big-time spot. Last time Georgia went to the state of Mississippi, they got clobbered at Ole Miss last year. I would not expect the same outcome here, but I do think Mississippi State is good enough to hang around in this game. I will take State plus 7.5 to keep it close against Georgia.
Why struggle doing everything yourself? On Fiverr, you can hire professionals for just about anything. Marketing, editing, design, and more. Save time, get it done right. Click the link in the description to get started.
One more time, check out buymeacoffee.com/winningcures. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, that you've liked the video, share it out with your friends, all that good stuff. And let's get to the last two. Game number 9. And that's right, we are looking at the Sun Belt for this one. This is considered a big game to me this week because these two teams are fighting for a lead in the Sun Belt Conference. Arkansas State heads to Southern Miss. This one, 11 a.m. Central Time on ESPNU. Southern Miss favored by 6. 6.5 at some books. Total of 57.5 to 58.5. But yes, Southern Miss is headed to Arkansas State. Jonesboro has been a wonderful place for Arkansas State thus far this year. They are 4-0 against the spread at home. Southern Miss 1-1 against the spread on the road. 44-28 Arkansas State win last year. Southern Miss 0-3 against the spread against Arkansas State since they joined the Sun Belt Conference. Southern Miss is coming off of a bye. Arkansas State, this is their 4th straight game. They do have a bye next week, so you got to give it everything you got for this one spot, and then you get a week off. The dog is 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 in this series. And now we got a dog of 6 to 6.5. This thing opened Southern Miss minus 4.5. It's out to 6.5 at this point. Arkansas State has won 4 straight games. They are 4-1 in the Sun Belt. A couple of them are very close. They handled Troy just last weekend. Troy was 6-2, and Arkansas State got it done. The numbers do not make sense. They do not make sense whatsoever. Southern Miss is number 51 in PPA margin. Arkansas State number 115. Make it make sense. Southern Miss number 128 in current strength of schedule. Arkansas State number 100. And yeah, my numbers do have Southern Miss favored here. Power rating, I've got them by 2. Projected stat spread, I've got Southern Miss by 3.18. But my last 4-week stats have got Arkansas State favored by 1.31. And now you've got Arkansas State at home, feeling good about themselves. The thing that Arkansas State likes to do most on offense, they are number 26 in pass rate, 54.41%. But they're not great at it. They're certainly better at passing the ball than they are at rushing. They're number 132 in PPA allowed per rush, in PPA per rush. Southern Miss is number 112 in PPA allowed per rush. So if you were going to be able to run the ball, you might be able to do it here. But that Southern Miss defense is great against the pass. Number 15 in QBR allowed. Arkansas State's number 91. Arkansas State number 104 in yards per pass attempt. Southern Miss number 43 in yards allowed. I mean, this is a top 10 team as far as PPA allowed per pass. On the other side, when Southern Miss has the ball, Arkansas State's defense is bad. They've been bad all year. And yet they continue to find ways to get stops. They're number 58 in scoring opportunities allowed per game, the Arkansas State defense. But they're number 110 in points per scoring opportunity. They are number 30 in defensive red zone conversion percentage. But they're number 114 in defensive red zone touchdown rate allowed. Make it make sense. Nothing about Arkansas State makes any kind of sense. And that is exactly why I'm going to trust these numbers here. Southern Miss has been really, really good. They are 6-2 straight up. They are 5-2-1 against the spread. Arkansas State 5-4 straight up. They are 6-3 against the spread. And again, both of these teams fighting for a chance to play for the Sun Belt title. Absolutely bananas to me. Absolutely bananas. 6.5 feels like too much. Like everybody's rushing in on this. Arkansas State plays fantastically at home. They've covered every single game at home. That includes a game against Iowa State that they had a real shot to win that game. Arkansas State number 52 in special teams efficiency. Southern Miss number 92. Turnover margin, Southern Miss is number 1. Arkansas State's number 88. Penalties per game, they're both outside the top 90. I think Arkansas State hangs in this one. I don't know how Butch Jones does it. Fun coaching matchup, by the way. Butch Jones and Charles Huff. Pretty good. But it's too many points. Arkansas State's at home. They're going to cover. Give me the Red Wolves, plus 6.5. The 10th biggest game of Week 11, and we're going to the Mountain West for this one. San Diego State goes to the island. That's right. They're going to take on the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors, or maybe it's just the Warriors now. Regardless, it's Hawaii, and it's Timmy Chang and bunch. San Diego State has been rolling everybody. Absolutely rolling everybody. They are 7-1 against the spread, 7-1 straight up. Hawaii 6-2-1 against the spread. They are 6-3 straight up. Now, they did lose at San Jose State late last week, but boy, they really put a fight into them in that second half. Really put a fight in them. San Diego State, this one's at 10 p.m. Central Time, God's time zone, on the Mountain West Network, by the way, in case you want to watch it. So you can go to the Mountain West Network online and watch it for free. It's right there. San Diego State favored by 5.5 to 6.5, depending upon the book. Total of 50.5 to 51.5. Last year, San Diego State won this matchup 27-24. The Aztecs have won 5 straight against the Warriors. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two have been one-score games. That's pretty wild. San Diego State 3-1 against the spread on the road. Hawaii is 4-1 against the spread at home. So, what are we looking at? Both teams outside the top 118 as far as current strength of schedule. San Diego State's defense is fantastic. This Hawaii offense has been awesome, but it's been awesome passing the football. Hawaii is number 1 in passing rate on the season. They throw the ball almost 65% of the time. That is more than everybody else. I mean, it's just, it's not even close. But when you start looking at it, San Diego State is really good against the pass. Hawaii number 40 in passing success rate. San Diego State number 5. Hawaii number 28 in passing explosiveness. San Diego State number 5 in explosiveness allowed. You look at yards per attempt. Hawaii number 93. San Diego State number 1. Hawaii number 70 in PPA per pass. San Diego State number 1. Hawaii number 56 in interceptions thrown per pass attempt. San Diego State number 16 in interceptions gained per pass attempt. I don't know that Hawaii is going to have a lot of success, even on the island, trying to throw the football against this Aztec defense. Both teams inside the top 30 as far as special teams efficiency. San Diego State a huge overall talent advantage, I guess you could say. What about when San Diego State has the ball? What are they going to be able to do? They like to run the football almost 63% of the time. They are 51st in rushing success. Hawaii's defense is number 82. San Diego State is number 12 in offensive line yards. Hawaii is number 127 in offensive line yards allowed. San Diego State number 20 in stuff rate allowed. Hawaii number 105 in stuff rate. San Diego State is going to be able to run the football. They're not going to have to try and throw it very much, and they already don't do that a whole lot. They are number 130 in pass rate. They only throw it 36% of the time, and they're not very good at it. So I wouldn't look for them to try and do that very much here. Points per scoring opportunity, San Diego State number 57 on offense, 3.98 points per drive. Hawaii is number 83 in points allowed per. On the other side, Hawaii number 88 in points per scoring opportunity. San Diego State's defense is number 2 in points allowed per scoring opportunity. They give up 1.73 points per scoring opportunity. Just nuts. Just nuts. I don't think Hawaii is going to have a lot of success here because San Diego State defends what they do really well, and Hawaii can't defend what San Diego State is capable of doing on offense. You look at 5 factors rank, Hawaii number 88, San Diego State number 49. San Diego State jumps on teams in the first half. They're number 6 in first half point margin. Hawaii is number 66. My stats have got San Diego State by 3.7 in the first half. I think the number should be closer to a touchdown. And the best number I can get right now is San Diego State minus 5.5. I'll keep riding with it. San Diego State is officially a wagon. They're covering every number. I'll take them again. San Diego State minus 5.5 at Hawaii late Saturday night. All right, once again, buymeacoffee.com/winningcures. You get the matchup comparison tool. You get all the stat sheets. You get my official plays. Anything else I feel like tossing out there, I toss a bunch of random stats during the week. So go and check it out. buymeacoffee.com/winningcures. There is a link in the description for it. Don't forget to support all of our sponsors as well. Those guys keep the show afloat, and we certainly appreciate them for it. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, jump in the comments, let me know your picks on these games, and let's get after it. Let's recap this thing. Iowa plus 6.5, Alabama minus 10.5, BYU plus 10.5, Indiana minus 14, A&M minus 6, Navy plus 25.5, Auburn plus 7.5, Mississippi State plus 7.5, Arkansas State plus 6.5, San Diego State minus 5.5. All right, don't forget we got the other games coming up on the video tomorrow. You guys are absolutely fantastic. I appreciate all of you. Share the show out. Tell your friends, all that good stuff. But let's get it this week. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. God bless college football, and hopefully all of your tickets cash this week.
Thanks for listening to Winning Cures Everything. Subscribe, leave a review or comment. follow at Gary WCE on X, and check out the web store